All right, we're rolling. I'm gonna go to YouTube real quick just to see what it looks like on that end. How's test week been going at the gym?
I'd say good overall. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people skipped today, which I found kind of ironic. But
Why today?
I think because of yesterday. I think people got pretty wrecked from yesterday's workout, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not doing 2 hard workouts in a row."
What happened yesterday?
I just think the volume from the leg volume, I think, was a lot for folks. Just with the bike into the lunges, even though they were lighter, I just think the overall leg endurance and volume got to people because they were 5 and 6 a.m. were on the ground hurting after I coached them that morning. They were not looking pretty. Like plus after a 5 rep front squat max, I think that kind of did them in. So I wasn't entirely surprised to not see all the group at 5 a.m., but I was a little bit just because it's like it was a retest, right? So
yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah, but that also means people remember how bad it hurt. And like that open workout, all open workouts hurt, but like that one is a special type of hell.
Yeah.
So,
you mean so 25.3 you think is one of the more grueling ones?
I look back today. Yeah, I look back today at my video from back then and like comparing that to what I did this morning, and I still don't know how I did it. Like just I saw myself on the ground as like, I definitely didn't feel like that this morning. So it's like, I don't know what it is, whether it's just like from that, I'm pretty sure it's just a competitive nature where it's just like in the moment, you don't really think about it, plus you got, like we talked about Missy this morning, where it's like, you have people watching you or a coach watching you, judging you. So you don't really have a choice but to go hard. Whereas today you can have like that scapegoat, but yeah, I don't know how I did that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of the more well-programmed open workouts, but yeah. I think it hurt one of the most. So
I mean, it had a little bit of everything
in recent memory. What?
It had a little bit of everything in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was no hiding.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that one. When I saw you guys doing it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that one. But 25.1, all the 0.1s for me are always the worst. Even though those are like the easiest ones as far as skill level, those are the ones that like you gotta have a little bit of something like not right in your head to like kind of push to that next level,
Like the one that I can vividly remember that royally messed me up, right? It was the first one I ever did. So go figure. It was it 17-1 where it was the dumbbell snatch burpee box jump over? Was that 17-1?
That's amazing.
That was the one that like, oh, this is how this feels. And I remember just in the middle of the workout, things just closing in. And it's like, I didn't know where I was or what I was doing. And it showed up again and later testing. And I was just like, oh no, this is not going to feel good.
Yeah. I was talking to one of our members today who had never he's new to CrossFit, so he hasn't done it open yet. And so I was like, okay, like, he did great. And I was like, envision that, but like 5 times the intensity. And he just like looked at me and I was like, yeah, I mean, welcome to the open.
Who was it?
Cody. And he did great. And like,
that's my thought.
Yeah. Like but he was just like, oh no. And I'm like, yeah. It's coming.
Well,
like when us coaches prepare you for these things, and like when we're doing these like 2-minute intervals, and I'm like, you guys got to go hard, you got to go fast, like you have to learn how to embrace that pain. Everyone's like, yeah, don't tell me what to do. And I'm like, okay, but it's coming.
Well, what I like about like just testing is just like, hey, you have this point of reference from the first time you did it, and then without even knowing it, you just smash it that second time, and they're like, oh god, that was so bad. But I'm like, hey, you just beat your score by like 45 seconds. Like that's pretty damn cool, But yeah, I can see Cody doing that. Like I just think Cody's just that person in general is just like, oh, I'm supposed to do this. Okay, I don't know any different. I'm just gonna go do it.
He crushed it.
Yeah. Well, Joel, you're the special guest today, so I'm sure everybody knows you. But if you want to give us just like a quick intro. Also, Missy, we didn't do this like the first couple episodes. I'm curious about both of you what your kind of CrossFit origin story is. So Joel, if you want to kind of tie that in, and Missy, we'll go to you.
Yeah. So CrossFit I was just thinking this the other day. I think it's 11 years, almost, not quite. I think maybe it might be right at a decade, something like that, 10 to 11 years. Love it. Drank the Kool-Aid from the jump, like eat, sleep. Fitness is just what I love. I love fitness, but doesn't always pay the bills. So I've got a real job. Yes, people think I live at the gym. I would if I could, but I do have a real job, and coaching and fitness is just on the side. But family, 2 kids, still working out. What got me into CrossFit was athlete my whole life. Played 3 sports all through high school. Played sport in college. Played football in college. That's where I really started to get into the whole training thing, but it wasn't till like senior year. But then afterwards, you get through the whole Globo Gym thing after your competitive days, and you're like, well, this sucks. Like, this isn't fun. It only was fun for so long. And then I think I saw the CrossFit Games once, and I was like, oh, people can compete outside of like competitive sport, like competitive, professional sport. And then from there, I think I went to, it was a Globo Gym, it was a rec gym in East Peoria. And I just started doing like power athlete and John Wilborn stuff and field strong, and just kind of started doing kind of CrossFit-y stuff on the side. And then ended up working in Bloomington, and then dropped into a gym just randomly because like, I'm going to go try this out, and hopped in ironically with 2 girls that were doing a competitor Invictus program. And I was like, well, I'm pretty fit. Like, I think I could do this. And did a workout with them that day, got destroyed. And that's the end of it. I came back, and here I am 10 years later. So, yeah.
Did you and your dad start around the same time, or how did that all happen?
So I'd be interested to hear his story, but my side of the story is I was first. I started doing it, and because after college, it was one of those where it's like, oh, I don't know really what I want to do. So I ended up living with my dad for like 3 months, worked for him, but I worked out with him here at LA Fitness in Springfield for a few months. Did that for a while. And then I moved to Bloomington for a new job. And that's where I found CrossFit, was over there. And I started doing it for a few months. And I was like, hey, Dad, like, I'm doing this thing. I think you'd really like it. Because he was an athlete. He played baseball in college. So I knew he would like it. And then I was like, hey, you need to try this CrossFit thing out. And then he dropped into a gym here in town. I think it was Chris Schwabach's first gym. I don't remember the name of it, but he hopped into it, and then he just took off and ran with it. Joined Rail Splitter, and then Rachel Compton, she's the one that really got, I was like, hey, you're pretty good at this. Like, let's see what we can do with this. And then the rest is just kind of history. He just took it and ran with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He's the guy, him and I like go back all of, any sport. Like, he was there. He was always before the game. We were always working on stuff. And so now this is like our thing together, where like, you'll always see him judging me, and I'll always judge him. I don't want to judge him because he's got a lot more at stake than I do, but it's like, it is terrifying judging him. Like, because I don't want to be that person to like ruin it for him, because I've been there. I've done it. I've had to do it. And I've seen him miss game spots by like 2 or 3 reps. And like, it's the worst. But yeah, it
wouldn't be you ruining it though, right? It would be, inevitably the burden is on the
athlete. It is true. Yeah, it is him. Yes. But it's just, I hate being like, yeah, that's a no rep. You're going to have to do like 4 more of those there, Dad.
Yeah. So do you remember your first CrossFit workout, what it was?
Oh, no, I don't. See, I hear those stories all the time, but I don't. Like, I do remember it was a heavy deadlift day, and I was like, oh, I could do deadlifts. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
But I wish I would have remembered what the actual workout was. But like a lot of this stuff, not to toot my own horn, but like just kind of came naturally. It was just kind of just ironing out a lot of it. Don't get me wrong, I got a long way to go, but like just the intensity of it is what like got me hooked. It's like just heavy breathing, just used to that just in sport in general. But the one, like I said earlier, the one that I really remember was just my first open workout. And then it's like, all right, this is fun. Let's do this.
Yeah. What about you, Missy? How'd you get into CrossFit, and like, what was your first CrossFit workout?
I started CrossFit in like November of 2012. Alex was doing it. My husband was doing it. And I had been doing, like beer leagues. I graduated college and was doing like beer league sports, volleyball, soccer, softball, that type of stuff. And like those were fun, but I was just hanging out with my friends. And then I was like, I need something competitive or something to train for. And so I did like biathlons, triathlons, like that type of stuff, because that was like in the day like the only thing that was around really. And then Alex was doing CrossFit, and I was like, maybe I can just do those and I'll do that for the winter, and then in the spring, summer, fall I play like soccer and just I was with a group of friends that we'd play like pickup games or whatever, and like that was enough fitness. And so I remember like going to the gym, doing on ramp, and like telling the owner at the time, saying, like, yeah, I'm just here for like 3 to 4 months. I just want to do it like in the winter time, and like I'll probably come back in the winters, but in the summers and whenever it's nice, I'll just run outside and play soccer. And like I remember is Brian Chandler, the owner of C3, was just like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, what? Like that? No, this is what I'm telling you I'm doing. And like we did back then, on ramp was a full month, and like your first on ramp day, you did like a test, like you did a Metcon. I can't remember. It was just the standard on ramp test. I can't even remember what it was. There was like pull-ups, push-ups. I think there was a barbell movement. I can't really remember. Nick, you might know. It was just like the .com on ramp test.
Yeah, you're talking about baseline. It's probably 500 meter row, 40 air squats, something like that. Yeah.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Yeah.
So I guess that was technically my first Metcon, or my first workout. And then like on ramp was a full month, and we met 3 times a week for a month, and then you did baseline again, and then they released you into classes. So that was at like the height of the craze, when on ramp was like 10 people, and there was like a wait list, stuff like that. So I really have stuck around for more than 3 to 4 months though. So I don't ever remember being like, yeah, like this is it, I found my thing. But there was never like I never had a reason to leave. I was never like, oh, okay, I'm done with this. It's like, no, now I want to learn. Like the great thing about CrossFit, like there's always something more to learn or something to get better at, which feeds into my competitive nature.
Why did your husband stop doing CrossFit?
The pandemic hit, and then we all like kind of shut down, and we'd had some stuff at our house anyway. And so he really just was like, he's one of those that like, he doesn't care if he doesn't need the community. Like he'll just come home from work and like do like 100 doubles press for time or something like that, and just had a good workout. So I mean, he's stopped CrossFitting because he's not really like he doesn't need like the social aspect, but he still, I don't know, I heard him on the rower this afternoon at some point, so he still does CrossFit style training.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't like the heavy lifting. It was he was having some like nerve issues and stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. How about you?
So I've been doing CrossFit for probably like 15 years. I didn't admit it until 2014 when I got my L1.
So how long does it take you to actually admit you do CrossFit?
Well,
I still like beat around the bush sometimes if I'm talking to
I don't anymore.
Here's the reality. Not so much anymore, but like OG CrossFitters were weird. Like I know that people have thrown around like it technically meets the definition of a cult, but really it didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to wear the Reeboks. There was a couple times I went to like .com, and it was like the workout was like 5 sets of 3 push jerks or something like that. I'm like, this ain't a workout. So I was doing SEAL Fit to prep for our training pipeline, which was CrossFit. I didn't realize it. And I've been doing that for a long, long time. And then when I went and got my L1, and I heard Chuck Carswell explain were really the first 2 or 3 pages of the level 1 training guide. But also when I heard him explain how a strength day is actually supposed to be done, and how like when you see 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 on the board, that is a much more frightening workout than Fran every day of the week. But that's when everything kind of clicked for me. You know what I mean? And understanding the why behind the what was really important. But anyway, so when I was prepping for like our training pipeline, I was in a different job at the time in the Air Force, and my supervisor, she had been going to the CrossFit affiliate on base, and her and another girl invited me to go, and I was like, yeah, I'll go. And I saw the workout on the board. I'm like, man, I'm about to dust everybody, right? It was Fight Gone Bad. Never heard of that before, never did it, and it just ruined me, man. Like I got a nosebleed. I had a headache for man. Like I pushed so hard I had a headache for like 3 days.
That does not surprise me. Just the little that I've gotten to know you, that like that to a T, I could have guessed that,
dude. And I loved it. So like the coach was like, yeah, a good score, I think he was like, yeah, try to get like 250, and I was like, dude, I'm getting 300, three stacks, no problem. And I think my score was like 220. I went out way too hot on the first set of wall balls, and that wrecked me. But now, so I do enjoy retesting Fight Gone Bad, because even now I'll be 41 on Friday. I still PR Fight Gone Bad every time. So that's kind of cool to see that mid-20s me, I was fit, but it was just it was a different type of fitness that I had, you know. Yeah, that's probably, it's still probably one of my favorite workouts is Fight Gone Bad. I think honestly probably my least favorite is really any of the memorial workouts. You know, I'm not a big memorial workout guy, but I know some people really enjoy them. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone enjoys them. They might like the idea of them.
Yeah, they like them because they're hard, and I'm doing something hard. But
yeah, well, you see gyms. There's some gyms that'll do like Memorial Month. They'll do a whole month of like memorial workouts. I don't know why. If I was a member, I would cancel my membership for that month.
Well, have you seen? So we did it at the last gym that I was at, where they do the 24 hours on the hour. They do a memorial workout where it's a fundraiser though. So there's a reason behind it. But every hour on the hour from like 5 p.m. Friday till I think 5 p.m. on Saturday, they do a different memorial workout on the hour. You can do it partner, you can do it by yourself, doesn't matter, but you just do it on the hour. We did it and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Like people are going at 2:00 in the morning, groups of 3 or 4 all doing it. It's, I wish I remembered. It's FAST, FAST. Because I got asked, the old owner that I was from Five Alarm Fitness up in Bloomington. She reached out to me and asked if Carpe wanted to do it. And somehow the ball got dropped, but we didn't end up doing it. But it was a lot of fun, just from a community standpoint. But yes, exactly. But here's the thing, though: like you signed up for your time slots. Like there were people that showed up at 6, but then they wouldn't show up again until 6 a.m. the next morning. Like you didn't just stay there for 24 hours. You signed up for 2 or 3, something like that.
Yeah. Sorry, I was smiling. I noticed the eyeball. Like it says there's 2 viewers, but it says it's me, and I don't have YouTube open, so I don't know what that is, unless somebody has hacked my YouTube account. So I've commented.
Boward Evercuz.
Say it fast. Say it quickly. Have you seen? Have you seen that kid?
Like
I wish I knew it, but I don't know what it is.
Have you seen the kid? It shows up on like Instagram reels, like TikTok reels. It's this white kid at like a basketball game. He's like, I'm about whatever, cuz. I'm about whatever, cuz. Have you seen that guy?
I have not.
I've not seen that. I know what you're talking about.
So I made a name, about whatever, cuz. my name on YouTube used to be Bill Borad because I despise Bill Morad. So any chance I get to throw shade at that guy, I do.
You've got a lot of vendettas out for people. I will say that.
I've got a few vendettas for sure. I don't. So with him, I do take. I feel like I'm a guardian of CrossFit, even though I'm not employed by them. I do take exception to the idea that people want to pirate CrossFit and like relabel it their own thing to try to make money. The dude is to
say you are not a World Fitness Project fan.
No.
Got it.
No. Anytime I see their posts on Instagram, I'm in the comments, dude.
I believe it. You're right on Andrew. Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't have a channel. How do I show this? There we go. Amelia didn't have a YouTube channel. Yeah, that is a requirement. You need to create an account. But most people have a Gmail. So if you're still using like Yahoo or Hotmail, it's time to get into the 2020s and get a Gmail. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I've got some clients that still have Yahoo and AOL. Now, granted, they're like 80 or 90, but they still have them and they still use them. So
I don't know this name. I'm bad with names as it is. Who is this person?
She comes in the evening.
Amelia.
Okay.
Yeah. What questions you got, Amelia?
Yeah.
Yeah, send it. Any question you have, doesn't have to be about fitness. We're here to really get to
talk.
Yeah, we're here to get to the heart of all of life's issues. I think we can solve problems.
Well, I want you guys to answer Emily's question from earlier.
I didn't see it. What was it?
She said, "What do you do with your 20 minutes of your day that you're not at the gym?"
Oh, I did see that one. I actually was thinking about that one today.
What do you guys enjoy doing with the 20 minutes you're not at the gym?
Oh, I got mine. I'm going to be real funny here, but it'll make sense. I'm a Lego guy.
Are you really?
Okay.
Yes, I'm a Lego guy. So this was my excuse to get my 8-month-old a Lego set for Christmas. Basically, I saw it in Target and I wanted to make it. But yeah, I love Legos. I'm a big Lego guy. I did it growing up. My stepdad and I did like the whole battleship, like had a thing set up in my room. We would do it, piece it together, take like 3 months to build it, had the Millennium Falcon, all that. I've got Kelsey, my wife, she got me the Statue of Liberty, like a legit Statue of Liberty. I haven't put it together yet, but I'm going to. I'm going to put it in my office. Yeah, big Lego guy. Love it. A little nerd that way. But yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah. There's another solid side to me. Yeah. Cars, big car guy too. So
yeah, I've never seen you not at the gym. So like, I don't know if like outside of the gym, but right now is the first time I've seen you with glasses. So like, do you look nerdy in like normal life? Because at the gym, I remember like you were like one of the first people I saw. I'm like, Jesus, this guy is, if he gets a paper cut, he's going to bleed to death. You know what I mean? Like,
you wouldn't be the first to say that. I've heard that coming a few times.
Like easily one of the most lean people I think I've ever seen with my own eyeballs in person. Yeah,
I appreciate that. I don't try to be. I honestly, I don't try to be that way. But it's funny because in the profession that I'm in, so I'm an insurance agent by trade. Like, the vast difference between me and like everybody else that's in my like district in the area, you know, I mean, think your prototypical client person where they're drinking on the golf course, doing all this. Then I kind of walk up and they're like, "Oh, look at this guy," you know. So like, what's this kid trying to prove? I'm like, sorry guys, this is just me. But yeah,
I haven't had carbs in 10 years. I didn't
yeah. You wouldn't believe the amount of times that I get that. And then they're just like, "Well, what do you do, man?" And it's like, I work out a lot. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not trying to change your life right now because you're not going to listen to me anyway. So it's like, let's just not do this here.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, I hunt. I've been on a couple big hunts. We've talked about a little bit. I hunt with my dad quite a bit. What else do I do? I'm just an active guy when I can be, really. Legos is the one quirky thing. I just like putting stuff together. I'm not creative though, which is ironic. Like give me instructions to put something together, I love doing it. But like thinking of how to put like something like that together without any instructions, I wouldn't have any idea what I'm doing. So
yeah.
But yeah, I do have a life outside of the gym, ironically enough. I just love it so much though.
So Amelia's given us 2 questions. The first one, I can't reading it. Maybe I'm just not, maybe reading is hard for me, but I can't tell if she's asking this question or not, but I think it's how to be more efficient at wall walks. How would you guys attack that for somebody that wants to be better at them?
I would say shorten the amount of hand steps you can. Now, granted, I think that's a bit of a strength and stability thing from the start. But I would say limit the amount of steps that you can do from point A to point B and as quickly as you can. And then don't waste time either. Like once you get to that line, touch it and come back down. Don't waste time. Because I've made that mistake early on. We're like, oh, I got to get my head all the way through, make that perfect position, then come down. And ironically enough, it was Keegan who told me, he's like, dude, you don't have to do that. Like just touch the line and come down. And it was just a light bulb. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I don't have to be that.
Wait, so brother Keegan gave you good advice?
Yeah, he did actually.
I'll let him know.
He did back when he was working out open gym with us. He was like, dude, you don't have to just touch the line and come down. You're taking too much time. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Didn't really think of that. Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
He's a lot nicer than Blake, who told me to stop licking the fucking wall and get down there.
Like, that's good coaching.
I'm like, but yeah, for like kind of like what Joel said, like time under tension is a thing for wall walks, Amelia. So definitely shoulder strength and shoulder endurance is going to come into play. But watch if you're wanting someone to look at. Watch Brent Fikowski because he's a long-limbed athlete just like you are, but he's one of the best at wall walks. So like at first it was like, oh well, short athletes are good at wall walks because you know they don't have to go far distance or whatnot. But on the open workout when they were first introduced, he destroyed everyone because he was so efficient. So he just took like 2 steps back and then 2 steps forward. I would say turn your hands out, like rotate them out and side shuffle as opposed to like crawling backwards. And your belly doesn't have to touch the wall. Your head doesn't have to get through the window. Your hands just have to touch the line. So just tap the line, keep your weight on that one hand. That's the first hand that touches the line. All your weight's going to be on. Your second hand's going to touch the line and then go back up.
That's one thing to kind of piggyback off that is like make your steps the same. Your hand movements the same. Like, so I used to think it was funny, but I've seen it, some high level athletes like just chalk up for like, 1 to 2 sets of wall walks. I'm like, well, what are you doing that for? Like, oh no, they're wanting to see where their hands go. So they put their hands back in that same spot every single time. Because if you can mimic that, that's once again, less time under tension. You're going right in the same place every single time.
Yeah, I just looked up Amelia on Facebook. I have seen her before. So
yeah, comes to Saturdays.
I've seen her. Yeah, I think I've seen her in the morning or something like that, maybe once or twice. But yeah, so a lot of CrossFit movements aren't great for tall athletes. However, the wall walk, I think it is an advantage to be taller. When you're shorter, you think about the distance where the line is from the wall. A shorter athlete, their hands are going to be further north of their shoulders. Hers are probably all the way down here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I would recommend taking advantage of your height on that movement. Fewer steps is good. This is probably the answer you may have heard from other people before, but the only way to get better at them is just to do them more often. When it sucks, settle in and let it suck as long as you can bear, and come off the wall. Do what you have to do to flush the lactic acid. That could be just straight up rest. That could be continuing to move your shoulders, use your shoulders as the lactate's flushing, so that you're training your body to flush the lactic acid out as you're still using the muscles that you need to use for the wall walk. But I think in general, everybody has just a limit. You know what I mean? Of what they're able to do. The other thing that I've noticed for me, I don't know about you guys. Anytime I go upside down, I've got to be very aware of my breathing. So I think a lot of people in a movement like a wall walk, they'll do everything right except breathe, which just makes things suck worse. You'll fatigue even faster. So just finding the opportunities to breathe is good. Per second question. Accessory work, accessory activities, running, list of skills I want to get better at.
I would say make a priority list. Like, what are the things you really want to do first, and prioritize those first before consuming yourself with everything, because you're just not going to. We've all got busy lives. Millie, you've got a family, right? So it's like, prioritize what you want to prioritize, attack one, then move on to the next one, versus trying to do 5 million things packed in that 1 hour, because your intensity is just not going to be there. I've fallen short of that, just trying to cram everything into an hour and 15, an hour and 30 minutes if you got it, cramming it all in, versus just doing, all right, I'm going to do these two, but I'm going to go really hard at these two, and I'm going to feel good about it, and then I'm going to go home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would say most people waste a lot of time at the gym. We all do it. We all, I don't want to say warm up longer than we should, but we don't have intentional warm-ups because we're sitting there yapping to our friends. Nick's smirking at me because he doesn't believe in warm-ups, but
or cooldowns
for that matter. Yeah, yet he's the oldest and moves the best, so that's cool. Maybe he knows a thing or two.
Yeah.
But the way that I found is that, like, because I'll cram in some stuff like after class or whatnot, and you're dying on the floor from the Metcon, but honestly, within 2 to 3 minutes, like, you feel well enough, especially to do accessory work and skill work and stuff like that. Like, that's the best time to work on skills, when you're already fatigued. Because guess what? You're going to be fatigued in a Metcon when you need these skills. So if you wait until you're freshly rested and like not sore and like those types of things, like, you're never going to have that perfect storm. So I would, especially gymnastic skills, like, you don't need to spend 30 to 45 minutes working on gymnastic skills a day. 10 minutes a day, like Nick gave us his pull-up program, like, that's like 5 to 10 minutes of work. You're already warmed up, get your grips on and just get after it, as everyone else is just walking around and, shooting the shit, like, just go over to the rig. And sure enough, like, every time I do that, 1 or 2 people follow me. So, like, your friends will probably follow you over there, and then you can talk as you're doing it. Or they'll just join you and you guys can all just get better.
Yeah, one of the and I know we've talked about this on previous episodes. One of the issues I see with some of the major kind of the big players as far as affiliate programming, whether it's Mayhem, Proven, NC Fit, whatever, they'll jam 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound sock, and in that hour, you're doing stuff all the time. There's no room for the class to kind of breathe. I don't know where the thing came from to where a class has to be an hour, but that's not the case. You know what I mean? What I think would be really cool is if there were opportunities for the skill work, to restructure the way the class went. Sure, you could still do a general warm up, but use like accessory work as an opportunity to get the muscles warm before you go into the actual like meat and potatoes of the workout for the day. Or if you've got like rest in between sets on like squats or whatever it is, if you have accessories for that day, rather than checking your phone or BSing with people, you could just go knock out a set in between there and try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But the reality is, as you get better at this CrossFit thing, there will come a point where you are going to have to kind of welcome the challenge of the accessory work stuff. And even when you go beyond that, like, you'll spend the majority of your time, the majority of like my time is spent on accessory work, not really like a mixed modality Metcon that most people would view as CrossFit. You know what I mean? So I think you were spot on, Joel, with like trying to find a way to prioritize your time.
Well, Missy and I were kind of talking about it this morning, where it's like both her and I follow the competitor track, but we follow it 2 very different ways. It just kind of goes to show like our priorities are vastly different, but yet I'm doing something different on the same day she's doing the exact same thing as me. Or like, I need to focus more on the strength side of things. So like, I'm not going to push, prioritize the main, zone 2 cardio based stuff that they always plan in the morning, because that's of the things that I'm good at. That's one of the better things. Top end strength is not my overall strength right now, no pun intended. So it's just like kind of moving things around. It's like, all right, I can not worry so much about this 45-minute, cardio session and do that every day. Well, I need to actually focus on this squat snatch piece, But what I struggle with is like, hey, this class time, doing class with class and not doing the strength for like the actual competitor strength the way it needs to be intended. Because I have noticed, this is just me being me, like I'll do class at 5, but yet there's that squat snatch piece that, I should probably have done that. But I'm just not kind of going off your part, Missy. I probably should be able still just to do it tired, but it's like, I'm not going to be able to hit the percentages. So it's like, I also fight that battle too. So I'm right there with you too, Amelia, but it's just like, I know I have to prioritize that strength somehow.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have, I've noticed there's a couple people in the 5 a.m. class, a couple of girls, but that kind of, they'll do their own thing if something just doesn't look like something that they want to do, or if they've got a different priority. Is that just kind of a rare thing, or do you have that in other classes? So like, I guess I'm asking that to like Amelia, like if there was something written on the board, but you saw an opportunity to potentially like modify the workout to be able to fit some of the accessory stuff you need into the workout itself without without being a hindrance to the class or being a risk to yourself or others. Is that something that you guys encourage at Carpe?
I mean, I've done it before. Just if they feel like something, something's a strength of mine, and I'm like, well, I'm going to sub for this because I really wanted to, I would combine, like if there's like a competitor accessory piece and then the Metcon, sometimes I'll just sub it out, just like you said. And so, I mean, ultimately you're paying to be there. And as long as you said, you're not a distraction and you're not like, swinging from the ropes as people are trying to do sled work or whatever, like that's programmed in class, then like do what you need to do. Ask the coach.
Yeah, that's our job. Our job is to tailor the workout to the athlete. Every athlete is going to be vastly different. I know they come in there to shut their mind off and be like, just tell me what to do. Like, I'll do that. You're not going to get as much out of it if you really are focused on something in particular and on this goal. But I can't do that for you. You have to also let me know what you're thinking. Like, help me help you. Have you guys seen that? There's a video. It's like I think I saw it in Psychology or something like that, where this guy walks into like a hospital or like a doctor's waiting room, and he checks in, he sits down, and then there's like a sound that goes off. Everybody else in the waiting room stands up, and he's like looking around, and then he just stands up with them, and then sits back down, and it keeps doing that over and over again. And eventually, the people that were there with him have left, and it's just him, and the beeping still happens, and he's still standing up and then sitting back down. But it was a great demonstration of how people just follow the leader. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, you're a paying member, Amelia. Like, do your thing. I know
make it work for you.
This stuff ain't cheap, so like, use it. Like, we are your personal trainers. You pay a lot of money for the services that you get. So like you said, take advantage of it. You're not going to offend anybody. Like, we're all your friends. Like, just say something.
Unless you say something like, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm out of here. That'd be rude.
Yeah. No, I have had that happen where it's like, that's fine. It's you're paying whatever you want to pay. Like, I'm not keeping you here hostage. Like, you came
right. They're like,
have you guys ever gotten into it with a member in the middle of class?
No, I've wanted to, but no, I don't have that type of bone in my body, unfortunately.
What do you mean you wanted to? Tell us the story with that.
Well, there can be some folks that it's their world, it's their way or the highway, and everyone needs to follow suit. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. Like, big one is always like music choice. It's like, if you getting bent out of shape about what music is playing right now, I'm sorry, but you're not here for the right reasons. Like, I'm not your personal DJ for the day. Suck it up, shut it off. I don't know what to tell you. Like, and it's just like, I don't, yes, I know I'm a babysitter, but I'm also not a babysitter. You're a grown adult. Like, get over it.
You're not a babysitter.
You should have seen the look on Missy's face. I was there. I had been going to the gym for like 2 weeks, and she was playing Taylor Swift, and I'm just across the gym. I'm like, next. and without she changed it. She didn't. I was expecting her to be like, give me the finger or something like that. She just changed the song.
I'll be honest. I really don't know what's playing. Like when I'm there, like getting into it and like starting to get warm and everything, I really don't know what's playing. I may be in the minority there, but like I never really pay that close attention to it. It's like I could work out in silence. Like there's a lot of times I walked in just on an open gym and just turned on whatever the heck was playing. It could be country for all I know, but it's something playing. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
You don't have like a hype song, like if you had like you were gonna do Fran, you don't have like a go-to that's gonna get you
really.
Just like hyped.
No,
you don't have really. Any like that's makes wild. You want to run through a wall. What's yours, Nick?
No.
So Plies, there's a song by Plies called "Let's Get It." That's a good one. What was the other one? We Be in the City. That's a song like you've heard the song like "Car Ain't Got No Roof." We be in the city. It's like 10 years old. But the Plies one specifically is a good song. What about you? Probably Taylor Swift, like "Shake It Off" or whoever sang that song.
No, mine's actually "Shipping Up to Boston" by Dropkick Murphys.
Okay.
Like that Donna, and then it like turns into like the Irish jig. It makes me like, I don't know, gets me hyped.
Yeah. That was I think that was Forrest Griffin's walkout song in the UFC.
Oh, I believe it.
What was that song called?
"Shipping Up to Boston" by Dropkick Murphys.
I can picture it right now. If any of them would do that, it would be him.
But I did do all my running at intervals last week to Taylor Swift's new album, so you're not that far off.
That was his walkout song. Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad he's tough like me.
Yeah.
Is it cheating to listen to music while you're doing your running workouts?
No. So here's the thing. So you can tell. So one of the things that I've noticed is like really one of the things that can separate make a good coach a great coach outside of just the knowledge that they're able to gain and like how they can articulate the knowledge to the members. One of the things that people often overlook is how to utilize music to drive the intensity that you want from the members. So specifically, like I used to have a playlist that was set to a specific beats per minute based off of like the cadence that you generally want to see when you're running. The only reason this wasn't something I just came up with on my own. I read an article on it. I'm like, oh man, I guess I'd never thought of it that way. But like on lower level, on zone 2 days, for example, you don't want to play this song that Missy was just talking about. You got to find something else that's not going to put them to sleep. But if you want somebody to row at 25 strokes a minute on the rower, you can't play 99 Problems, for example. It's too fast of a song. People will, without even realizing it, they'll try to get it to do it to the beat of the song. So, music's a good tool for coaches that I think sometimes is really easy to overlook.
I've heard that you say that, and now I kind of think back to other like podcasts and stuff and people I've heard talk. It's like I've heard some people say that. I'm a big Rich Froning fan. I've always loved him, and he mentioned something like that. It's like, why would I play something that's going 500 miles an hour when my heart rate is already going 500 miles an hour? It just doesn't make sense. And he said that. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that does. That connects. That checks out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you guys think's going on with this CrossFit thing? Are you guys keeping up to speed on?
Not as much as I should. I will say this: with the yearly dues increasing, I don't really love that, especially for the smaller markets.
Okay, time out. Do we know that they're actually increasing, or is that a rumor?
I'm pretty sure they are. From year to year, by year 3, they're supposed to be to 10,000.
Supposed to be.
So that's based off of a business plan, right? That may have been leaked, may not have been leaked, may be real, may not be real. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think it is just rumor at this point. I don't know how reliable the rumor is. It could be really reliable.
Because if that's the case, they're like, who's going to be able to afford that?
Yeah. If everything stays the same, so like if a gym owner's overhead stays the same, the membership stays the same, the membership cost stays the same. Yeah, that's just an added expense to the business. But I mean, you run your own business, right, Joel? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like as expenses increase for you, you could either choose to eat those as a loss, or you find unique ways to offset those costs by increasing prices. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like that's really the only way for specific, like a gym in Springfield. A $10,000 a year affiliate fee would be a tough pill to swallow. But what you don't know is what comes with that.
Right. That's my thing too. It's like what are these smaller gyms in these smaller markets going to get from paying that substantial amount? Because it's going to take a very motivated individual in order to get to that fee and justify that fee. A lot of work to get to that. So, but I don't know enough details to really comment on what it's going to be and what it's not going to be.
I honestly haven't really listened to any of the rumors yet. At this point, it's just kind of all up in the air. So who knows? It's a lot of people on podcasts talking about the what ifs, could be's. I don't have space in my brain for that right now. It's like a week before Christmas.
And the part that I struggle with it too, it's just like, well, it's going to change in 2 years because it's always changing. Like like it seems like
if you don't, it's like weather in Central Illinois. If you don't like it, wait 10 minutes.
Yeah, so it's you can have an opinion, then it's going to change because ownership's going to change because this is going to happen. They just can't stay consistent. And I think that's the biggest problem. If you really want to put it all in a box, is just consistency across the board.
Yeah, it's weird because like I've listened to some podcasts with like affiliate owners and talking to like Don Fall and stuff like that. Who, for those that are listening, Don Fall is like the CEO of CrossFit right now, and it's weird. They'll say in one breath, "I need more from CrossFit. I need more support, direction, all these things." But they also want the autonomy to be able to do whatever they want with the brand name that they're paying for. You know what I mean? So like I can't think of a single business model that allows you to buy in at such a low barrier to entry and just give you free reign to either do amazing or tarnish the brand's name in an entire city. you know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
So like I feel like what would be the I think CrossFit needs to do a better job of protecting the brand. There does need to be some more strict regulation, I think, even more than just a level 2 requirement to be an affiliate owner. There needs to be more oversight in like how you're running your business, that people can point their fingers at like CrossFit HQ all day about them causing the issues and they need X, Y, and Z. But man, I feel like the bigger issue is there's so many. For every good gym you go to, there's 2 bad ones that people have no idea what they're doing.
Well, there's no police of it, right? Like you said, like they can do whatever they want and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you see that oversight actually being implemented? Or what things would you want to be reviewed or audited? Feasible.
Okay, so I'm just going to kind of speak a little bit to kind of my job and kind of how I'm layered, because it's kind of the same way.
Yeah, you're a franchise owner.
Kind of funnels back to that. So I'm an independent contractor of Country Financial. How I set up my office is up to me, but I have a district manager, a district leader that kind of has oversight over me that I can go to. That's like, hey, let's meet on a month-to-month basis, how things are going. Hey, what do you need from me? Like, I see you, here's your production X, Y, and Z. Like, here's what I think you need to do in order to get to this goal. Hey, I see you've been doing this, you've been slacking here. Here's what I need to do this. So I think something like that, which I think, if I'm staying correctly, like that was what was supposed to happen, where like, Central Illinois, or whatever a region is, was supposed to have some sort of a representative that they could go to for questions or for guidance, but I don't know if that ever came to be. So I think something like that, where Springfield or whatever the Central Illinois market would be, has some sort of branch to
the regional manager.
Yeah, that is like, hey, here's what's corporate CrossFit has told us is to be done. Here's how it needs to be implemented here. Are you doing this? Yes, no, no. Okay, how do we get to do that? Get to doing that. Do you have a problem with it? Well, you're paying this fee. Kind of have to see, because I didn't pay for anything. I don't own my clients at all. The only thing I own is the furniture. I don't own any of it. So I leave tomorrow. I take the furniture with me. I don't get to keep the client. Somebody comes in and takes it right from me. But I think something like that is where you could get to what Nick was saying and how to like police that.
They have that. So I'm going to how do I share this? Yeah, so they have these field leaders is what they're called. They're over different regions of the U.S. So Andrew Charlesworth, whoever that nerd is, as the Midwest person. But I don't think that they're there as like to do oversight. I think they primarily act as just like a conduit between the affiliate and HQ. Now, so the gym that I coached at in Oklahoma, the owner was the field manager for the South Central. Now it's Chase Ingram. Before it was Zach Sussman. And it was kind of weird how he was like selling his gym's program to all these affiliates. So it was like weird how it was kind of like a way to kind of line his pockets a bit. You know what I mean? But where like, I feel like if I was a field manager for an area, if an affiliate didn't have the knowledge to program for themselves, like that's really what the field manager should be doing is helping develop them to be able to do that on their own, not trying to find a way to charge somebody for programming that I'm doing for my affiliate. So yeah, I don't know how they run these things outside of that stuff. I think they do like regional affiliate calls or like meetups and stuff like that.
But I don't know how consistent that they've been with that, because I believe we tried so back up a little bit. My dad was part of Carpe, so I've got to see a little bit of kind of how the back end works. But I don't know specifics. I didn't get into 2 weeks about it, but I just don't think they were consistent on those calls, or the calls just weren't worth the time. There just wasn't as much effort put into them as they should have been. Mm-hmm. So I think it just goes back to that consistency thing.
Yeah, I think some things that they could do. I think that they could right size membership costs for an area. So like, for example, if I was opening up an affiliate in Springfield, if I was wanting to pirate members, I would just undercut everybody to start out. But then once I got them on board, then I would increase my membership to avoid that from happening. If there was a way that they could regulate within a range of what they were willing, what the high and low that you're kind of able to charge within an area may be good. I think random drop-ins to check on how are you portraying like a professional business? Is your gym clean? What do your coaches look like when they coach? Are they dressed appropriately? Are they showing up 15 minutes before class? Like that little stuff like that. Not a way to like shut your business down, but opportunities to provide feedback to the owner. Because there's a good example, the rail splitter dude. Man, when I got here and I was going to open gym over there, I would see him once a week, and he was like doing his own thing with a few members. Was not involved in the community at all. Never saw him coach a class. Like, what are you doing owning a gym, man? Like really, why are you owning this gym? Why did you fool all these members into giving you money and then just close the business in like 2 weeks? That was kind of a messy way to do stuff. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think there's a way for them to have some oversight over the gyms?
I do, but I think it'd be very expensive, because if you're having someone go in, you got to pay somebody to go do that.
Well, I just think got 10 grand per affiliate.
True.
Then that will help.
But the other thing too, like Jimmy John's, I was looking at opening a Jimmy John's when I lived in Georgia. There's specific infrastructure requirements to open a Jimmy John's. You can't just open it in any strip mall. There's square footage requirements. It has to be attached to certain types of busises. They won't allow you to attach it to certain types of businesses. So like it's stuff like that. I've been in gyms before. Carpe is like one of the nicest gyms that I've been to. The only gym I think that I've been to that's nicer than Carpe Diem is KMC over in Monticello, Illinois. That's attached to Kirby Medical Clinic. That is like the nicest.
Jordan Barney owns that, right?
I don't know the owner. I know I've met the coaches, but I don't know the owner. But yeah, there should be some oversight into like square footage and like the layout of the building that you're trying to put the gym in. You know. Little things like that. They don't do a good job of protecting the brand. And in turn, you've got approximately a little less than 10,000 private business owners that you hope are doing a good job of protecting your brand. But the reality is a lot of them are not, you know.
Well, I think that now have the two, because it's two new purchasers or owners of CrossFit that's been announced, right? Has that been announced?
I don't think so. They allegedly, but I think the one guy that they said was apparently he doesn't even have the money. He's been trying to hound private equity to get money for it, and I guess they're not even returning his calls. So,
well, I think where I was going with that was I heard, and once again, rumors. I saw a post from somebody, I don't remember who it was, but half of the group that's wanting to purchase it, he got his start opening 24-hour fitnesses. And you just think of your typical 24-hour fitness. Every single one of them looks the same. They all have their same setups. They all have their same. Now, I'm not saying we'd all turn into like a 24-hour fitness or an Orange Theory where they all look the same, but they all have their same structure or template on what it's supposed to look like. So I would imagine that would probably come down the pipeline if he's the one that's actually purchasing it. What I'm really curious to see is what Mayhem and NC Fit are doing and what the differences and similarities between the two are. As I've just seen that they're pairing up to do something. I just don't know what that is yet.
I mean, are they just going to be another World Fitness Project, but for affiliates? Just kind of a knockoff?
I don't know. I saw a podcast the other day and I was like, I need to probably listen to that, but I have not had a chance to listen to it.
I watched it for a little bit, and it sounds like Greg Glassman was big about the community and empowering the affiliate owners and trying to equip people with the knowledge to be able to run their business, you know, but also give them the autonomy to do it how they want. Private equity came in, and they're just looking at ways to make the business more profitable so they can turn around and resell it. It sounded, when I listened to the Khalipa Froning podcast a few days ago, it sounds like they are just looking, they want to care for the affiliates. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Are they trying to branch off and do the same thing World Fitness Project is doing as far as like WFP affiliates? I don't know. I don't know how that would go. I don't know if that's a good look. I don't know if maybe there's people on the inside of CrossFit that are like trying to get them to do that. There could be a lot of stuff going on there, but I don't know. The HQ could do the members at our gym. The majority of them probably have no idea who the CEO is. They don't know who the previous CEO was. They don't care, and they shouldn't. You know, I mean, we shouldn't really care. We shouldn't really care either. There's just a lot of poorly run gyms out there, man. People don't take care of their members. They're in it for as a way as a business to make money, rather than really fall in love with the methodology and trying to grow a community. You know,
I think overall it's just you have to care.
Yeah,
you have to care about the people because the people are what pay you. You know, and if you don't care for the people, then eventually it's all just going to run out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I feel like Chick-fil-A cares about me whenever I go.
They're pretty nice, right?
So nice.
That makes me want to go back.
Yeah, but it's always the same, right? You go to every Chick-fil-A, I get that number one. It's coming out the same way. It's got 2 pickles on that thing. You know what I mean?
Shocker! I'm a grilled nuggets guy. Could have guessed, right?
Oh my god! Fresh fruit.
I don't eat fast food. So.
No, I get a large fry, 2 Chick-fil-A sauce, Polynesian. I splurged. I splurged.
God. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it all shakes out. Well, we didn't really have anybody join the live stream other than Amelia. It looks like there's a couple eyeballs, but I just don't know who they are. No questions.
We'll have to do it again.
Well, it is my bedtime, so.
Yeah. Likewise. Well, thanks for joining us, Joel. We'll have to do it again. The next one we want to do is design our 3-week open and talk about it. Let's do that. Maybe not just the next week, but let's make sure we do that within the next couple of weeks.
You don't want to do it on Christmas?
I don't care.
I'm kidding. I'm not doing it.
Rather not. Yeah, rather not.
You're not going to be here on Christmas.
My laptop's always with me.
Oh my. Okay.
I care about
carried to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna end the stream.
All right. We'll see y'all.